What's up, CCT? It is your main man, Joe Blackburn. I'm coming at you live. Special treat tonight. 3 blockchain university presidents from their respective universities. I'll introduce them here in a second. Oftentimes I get to bring people on. This is the first time we've ever gone on a 4-person chat. As you guys can see, this is a brand new setup. I'm trying it out. Please forgive me if there are some technical difficulties. I don't anticipate that there will be any, but nevertheless, please make sure that you guys just give us the benefit of the doubt on this. We're trying it out. Nevertheless, I think it's pretty cool. I'll go ahead and introduce the guys real quick. From Duke University, we have Joey Santoro. Joey.
What's up? I'm Joey.
We got Rubo Dermoyan from UC Santa Barbara.
Rubo here.
And Rob Klages from the Chomp Chomp Go Gators, University of Florida.
Yes, sir. My name's Rob Klages, University of Florida.
Perfect, man. Well, welcome, guys, to Crypto Coin Trader. It is a treat to have you guys on, and I look forward to the community getting a chance to know you as I have over the last week, 2 weeks or so. And, as we kind of dive into this and get the chance to know you, one of the things I want the community to remember is we're at a position right now where we're seeing firsthand that there's actually university students doing what we want them to do as far as representing the blockchain. These are really important people to me, and they should be to you as well, because what we have is a society that makes up Crypto Coin Trader, and we talk about the future. We love this culture that we built in this Facebook group and in crypto just in general, but we don't really know what's happening outside of these walls at times, especially on that lower level within the universities. Well, here's a firsthand look. We're really privileged. We're going to start, I'm going to ask some questions. If anybody else has any questions, please try to put them in there. If I can fit them in, I definitely will. Also, because there's 3 of them, it's going to be hard to get everybody to answer the same question. So, we'll just bounce around. And I know that they all have opinions, or they'll all have an answer for one thing or the next. But we've all kind of talked about it us already, and we put ourselves in at least in a position to understand that we're going to be patient with each other, right, boys?
Of course.
Definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in. We'll start with you, Joey. Duke University. Why don't you introduce yourself real quick? Tell us what year you are, et cetera, from school, and whatever else you want to say.
Of course. I'm Joey. I'm a junior at Duke. I'm studying computer science, and I'm stoked about blockchain.
Awesome. Rubo.
Yeah, guys. My name is Rubo. I'm a 4th-year econ major at UC Santa Barbara. Go Gauchos. And co-founder and president of blockchain at UCSB. Thanks for tuning in. Big shout out to MouseBelt. Thanks for organizing this show.
Absolutely. Rob?
Hey guys, my name is Rob. I'm a 2nd year at University of Florida, current president of Gator Blockchain Club. Thanks for watching.
Absolutely, guys. Thanks y'all for doing that. It is a privilege to have you gentlemen on. I know that you're all representing your respective universities, as mentioned before, but you're also representing colleges everywhere, right? And before we even get started, I do want to, as Rubo mentioned, I know all 3 of you guys agree on, is a special shout out to MouseBelt, who and Ashley and Marcus and Brian. Obviously, Patrick is a good friend of mine, and to be able to help this group out is my pleasure. It's an honor to have everybody on. But you guys do represent the college age students, and it's great to have your perspective. And we'll dive right in too. Joey, I'll start with you, man. Look, as you informed me just recently, I had no idea about this, but Duke actually was the very first college to ever teach about a blockchain, about the blockchain at all, right?
Yeah, it's right. So Cam Harvey is a business professor at Duke, and he had this great vision about blockchain at universities, and he sees this as a next technology, just like the internet was. And he started this course, and that turned into the blockchain lab, and it's awesome. All going forward from there. Yeah, man. So that's my next question is, Duke actually has a blockchain lab. What the heck is blockchain lab? Totally. Cam, this was his vision. After the course, he wanted to see some entrepreneurial efforts coming from the universities. The Amazons and the Facebooks and the Googles of blockchain have not been made yet. So he wanted to start a group at Duke that could help foster this next level of entrepreneurship in the space. And one of our partners is obviously MouseBelt, and they're helping us reach that vision by incubating some of our projects.
Awesome, man. Yeah, no, that to me, that was exceptionally impressive. Number one, that you guys that Duke University was the very first school to actually teach a school-sponsored blockchain course, and number two, that you actually have the blockchain lab. It's just really impressive, and I love to hear that. We'll go with you next, Rob. You guys have a big conference coming up, right? I guess you said it's tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a conference. It's the inaugural conference. We're really excited for it.
Oh, Rob, hold on one second. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, say that again. I lost you for a second. I don't know if everybody else did, but go ahead.
Gotcha. Yeah, so we have our first conference going on tomorrow on campus. That's going to be happening this Friday, and then tomorrow after that, on Saturday, we actually have a tailgate for the game weekend. Going to be centered around blockchain and cryptocurrency. Speakers going on the entire weekend, and we're really looking forward to blockchain.
Hey, man, no, look, and CCT as a whole, we wish you guys the best luck on that conference. I'll kind of dive into another question with you real quick. You know, with this conference, you know, I go to conferences all the time. They're one of my favorite things to do, the networking, just the people and interacting with blockchain in general, blockchain folk in general is really special to me. It's just something, because I hold it in such high regards. It is my life, essentially. You know, just being around that environment to me is one of my most favorite things that I get a chance to do on a regular basis. You know, taking what I know about conferences, you guys are probably going to get a lot of contacts. How do you intend to kind of bring on that momentum post-conference?
Yeah, definitely. And it's really experienced speakers gathering all of these connections and bringing them onto the campus. So we've been using as a club has been education and bringing the verified information. After this conference, we're looking from that education into actually deploying that into real projects, tangible solutions, and then ultimately bring those to market. So what we're looking to do is gather this new student members and bring them onto the campus, you know, members of this club ready to contribute to a project.
Awesome, man. Yeah, and of course, we wish you the best of luck on that. All right, Rubo, Mr. UC Santa Barbara, how's it going, brother?
Going good. Just chilling.
That's what's up, dude. Welcome to the show. Just like the other two guys, I have a question for you to start off with. You know, you're the only West Coast guy in the group. And in the West Coast, when I think about California in general, I think of Silicon Valley, tech giants, Apple, you know, Amazon, I mean, among other things that are just on the West Coast. You know, and I mean, with Google right there, it's probably pretty difficult to have a competing edge or even to get people to take the blockchain seriously when in school they can go to some, you know, some software engineering program. And regardless, you know, if they know about the blockchain or not, it may even be hard to break people away from just, you know, trying to go get that traditional job in tech. Whereas obviously the blockchain is what we believe to be the future. I mean, what do you see in that? What do you see as the competition, or even how hard is it to get these people to take what you're doing seriously?
People who are not excited about the technology like we are, and it's definitely harder to get those people to get off their standard route that they have envisioned for a long time and get into blockchain. But what I tell people is, look, this is a new field. The barrier to entry is low. So those are traditional, well-established companies, but there's a lot of competition. So those who hear that message see that there's a lot of entrepreneurial opportunities, there's a lot to be done, and there's not a high barrier to entry. And people who those people who we're able to get excited about blockchain technology, those are the ones who come to us and will hopefully get into blockchain.
Sure, man. Sure. No, it makes a lot of sense too. And, you know, just from my experience level, just talking to people about crypto, Bitcoin, blockchain, et cetera, I mean, it's already a difficult uphill battle just because it's got such a negative connotation, just simply because of where we are in the market, right? And oftentimes, and I'm sure you guys deal with this probably as much as anybody, the price is what everybody's fixated on. And I even say this to my community pretty often too. You know, I mean, even though that we've been in a bear market for 10 months, and maybe it may continue for a little bit longer. We've really been sideways for the last 4 or 5 months, but blockchain's never been more aggressively growing. I mean, it's still exploding. There's new companies every day. There's new jobs, new opportunities, and it's becoming more and more accepted in the tech field. So I do think, Rubo, that hopefully that will change for you, and I think that you agree with that. But in the meantime, what are you guys doing maybe to even incorporate, Rubo, that to get people even through the door? Like, what are some things that you guys are offering?
So this quarter we started off by just tabling. So it's most of our campuses probably do that too. The first 2 weeks or so, different student organizations, they set up tables and they just interact with students. We've probably taught, I'll say 500 students, and it was pretty fun. So that's one way. We're holding classes, and we'll usually have 20 people attend each class. And guess what? Even the skeptics, the skeptics come to class too because they want to voice their opinion, and that's one place where we're able to talk to them and show them, hey, this is a great technology. So, and that's another opportunity to recruit people.
Yeah, that's a great point. And I can say probably CCT acts in a similar fashion. I mean, we get skeptics in here. In fact, I love when skeptics show up, and I love having conversations with them because as long as it's done respectfully, oftentimes, we leave as friends, number one, and number two, with at least an understanding of where each one of them is coming from. And even to the point where I respect anybody who doesn't believe or doesn't think that Bitcoin or blockchain is the future, because I thought that at one point. It took me a minute to adjust or for me to accept that too. And I think at some point, unless you're just, head over heels and level Bitcoin because of the name or something along those lines, you never even considered it to be a scam. I mean, if you didn't have that question though, at some point, you're not doing yourself any favors, right? And so skeptics, they deserve to be explained to. It's just the haters, that's a different story. All right. Yeah. Moving back to you, Joey, Duke University, Blue Devils, basketball powerhouse, Coach Krzyzewski.
Oh, yeah.
Right? All right. So tell me this, man. All right. With everything you guys got going on, I know you told me in the past, that your club is about 2.5 years old. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So 2.5 years old, obviously it's, you had a little bit of success and it's still going on, obviously. But what do you think is the overall perception right now of the Duke Blockchain Lab and of your club?
Great question. We touched on the fact that Cam in the business school started teaching blockchain courses. We have business courses, we have law courses. We don't have any undergrad courses that are taught by faculty members. So we as the Duke Blockchain Lab, we're the blockchain authority for undergrads. We're teaching 2 house courses next semester, or myself personally, I'm teaching one of them. And that's a 4-credit course that students can take, but it's taught by students. So students come to us and they know if they want to learn about blockchain, they come to the Duke Blockchain Lab. So when people don't hear about us, we say, hey, come check us out, learn about this new technology. Like Rubo said, there's a lot of people who are unsure or maybe even haters, but we want to love on everyone and get them all to learn about the tech. So
absolutely,
that's our vibe.
Cool, man. All right. So even with what you're seeing when people do show up and, whether they do have a negative perception or if it's an exceptionally positive perception, what are some of the most common questions that you get, Joey?
People are always wondering, well, how am I supposed to go into this field? Like, it seems like there's so many new opportunities, but really it's super uncertain where people want to go. Like, what am I going to learn? Like, are there new coding languages? So we have the Ethereum languages, Hyperledger, we have a lot of developers coming in saying like, how am I going to get a job in this space where I could just go, like you said, work at Google or somewhere like that. And we want to tell them that it's up and coming and there's going to be huge demand. There already is. And we want to link them up and get them there.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. And of course, it sounds like you guys know what you're doing as far as at least, introducing people, and it's never going to be easy to convince people that it's real until it's a statement like the name Google is, right? And we're not there yet. It's just, it is what it is. But all right, Rob, heading over to you. Chomp chomp, right?
Yes, sir. Go Gators.
Go Gators, man. It's my community knows I'm a huge Gator fan. I even told you I kind of went a little ahead of you, but I get so excited talking about the Gators, man. Dan Mullen, shoot. We got a game this weekend, right? And so It's awesome to have all three of you as the schools on, but of course I've got a little special place in my heart with the University of Florida. Nevertheless, as far as Florida goes, man, it's great of an academic institution as all three of the schools are. Florida's down south. Obviously huge student population, 50,000 or so, I think. What is it? What kind of perception do you think that the students see of you? I mean, like, it's probably a lot harder to get people to take you guys seriously, just being that you're not in a tech world. Like, Florida isn't known for, Silicon Valley, right? Florida's not known for, as far as like Duke is as a private, big time educational experience. It is one of the top. I know Florida is one of the top educational state schools in the country, but surely you probably have a bigger uphill battle than everybody else.
Yeah, so a great question. It kind of goes back to something Joey was saying, actually, about when you're first bringing people on. They have a lot of developers and people coming to them asking how they can get involved. A lot of it on our end is people coming to us from very versatile areas, so not necessarily just developers, but business schools, and we actually have some psychology majors that come out to our meetings, and it's interesting to see where Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies can apply to all these different, different perspectives of people's lives.
No doubt, man. Good answer on that too. I look at it like this, and this goes to the three of you. It's your job at this point to represent crypto in the right light. Bitcoin, blockchain, ICOs, whatever it is that people are going to talk about. No matter what you do, people are going to assume that you know exactly what they're talking about. So you've got to arm yourself, and I'm sure you guys can say this as good as anybody else. You've got to be, or at least aware of it. You've got to arm yourself with pretty much every opportunity to defend yourself or defend the space, because the haters are coming from everywhere. And I mean, Rubo, I said that that Rob may have the biggest uphill battle. That's just because I don't think as many people have probably heard about what the technology is actually doing where he lives, but you probably have the biggest and toughest obstacle just in convincing and explaining why blockchain does have a place in the tech world. What are some of the biggest things that you hear? What are some of the things that you have to overcome the most often?
In terms of skepticism, you mean? Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Straight up, a lot of times what people say is a database, centralized database can do the same thing. Why blockchain? And so what I say is there's no exact answer to where you should apply blockchain, where you should apply a database. But I show them the technology, its capabilities in terms of privacy, security, so on and so forth. And I'm like, okay, do you think that there's room for this? And it's hard to come back to that. So yeah. Sure.
No, it makes a lot of sense, and good point there. Okay, so I don't want to take too much of your time. I know, Rob, you got a big day tomorrow. It's almost the weekend. I'm sure college dudes have better things to do than just hang out on the Facebook Live with 33-year-old Joe Blackburn on Crypto Coin Trader all day. But we'll start winding down with this. I have a question. I have more questions for each one of you, but I have a question for all three of you. All right. What is the future of blockchain? All right. Clearly, I know that this is a very broad question. But what is your future about blockchain? When you vision blockchain, when you envision Bitcoin and crypto and the decentralization that is potentially there, what is it that you guys see as individuals? And this is not necessarily representative of all your student body or of your club exactly, but what do you see? Start with you, Joey. Go ahead.
Totally. That's the golden question. I think identity on the blockchain is my favorite use case, where right now you sign into all these websites and you say, oh, here's my email, here's a password, here's my date of birth, and here's my social security number if you need to put it in for something. That's totally crazy that you need to put in your social security number on websites for them to know who you are. So blockchain can give you a decentralized identity, and then you can take that with you and they can know that you are who you say you are, but you never have to tell them your social security number or your email or anything. And then you can have this interoperability where now any information that's important about you that they might want to know or need to know, they can include in their application. So it's kind of like an internet where you're always you. You're never anonymous, and that could be bad, it could be good, but I think there's a lot of cool applications of that. And well, also, that's what I'm stoked about.
It's a great point, and I completely agree with you. It's a wonderful aspect, but you're anonymous where you need to be, right? And
absolutely.
I think that's a good way to put it, is that not everybody needs to know who you are. You just need to be verified one way or the next. And in a decentralized effort, where it's not the government necessarily doing it, it's just acknowledging in a trustless way that, trust doesn't need to exist because it's fact. It's matter of fact on that level, So anyways, but yes, I agree with you. And I think it's awesome. All right, Rob, what about you, man? What do you think?
Yeah. So, well, the future of blockchain is a really, broad question. I think the most successful deployment of blockchain is eventually over time going to be in cryptocurrencies. And, that's just one aspect of blockchain, but I think that truly is going to be where they succeed. I recently came into the position of that a little bit more when I was kind of going over just how, and I won't get political or anything, but I wanted to touch on this, the fact that now we have foreign nations selling bonds of U.S. debt in the forms of billions and increasing. So to be a global reserve currency, that's looking like it's more and more a possibility just with the indecision between nations at this point.
No, another great point. I completely agree with you on that. It's actually what you just stated is one of the things I think is absolutely crucial to a lot of these third world countries that are having way more economic and financial issues than the United States can even conceptualize. We're really blessed and we're really lucky to live in this area where, blockchain is a luxury for us. We don't necessarily need it because we do have a structured economy and we have a structured way of doing things. And regardless of who the president is or who wins the House or the Senate, we're still going to maintain a certain way of life. It's not the end of the world no matter who wins. And I love making sure that both the Republicans and Democrats know that. It doesn't matter because we're still going to maintain the United States of America one way or the next, and without getting political, everybody. So save your thoughts, CCT. I'm a libertarian anyways. But nevertheless, I completely agree with you there on that. Ruben, how about you, man? What's the future? What is it? What does it mean to you? What does the blockchain mean to you?
So definitely, I'll join you guys in that. I think.
By the way, hold on, Ruben, hold on. I'm sorry I put you last because those are both great answers, and they may have stolen your idea. So don't feel bad if you have to say one or the other. That's okay too.
I'm going to have to copy you guys' point that definitely the impact on third world countries. We hear this expression a lot in the community: banking the unbanked, right? I'm from Armenia, a developing country, from a place that the people have a sort of an issue with trusting the government, the system. So I'm definitely excited to see how people in these third world countries adopt the technology to build infrastructure. And I definitely want to be part of, building the infrastructure and making a career out of that. So.
Hey man, that's a wonderful perspective. And take that, Joey and Rob. How about what you guys talking about? No, all three of those answers were seriously great. And
can I change my answer? No, I'm just kidding.
No, agreed. And again, I really have. There's a big part of me. You go look at Venezuela right now, right? Dash being used and integrated. Whether it's Dash or whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's, ABC token, it doesn't matter. Something is going to come in there and it's going to stabilize that economy. And it will happen one third world country at a time. And then the bigger countries will adopt it. This is where I really do believe that regardless of how technologically disadvantaged certain countries may be, I believe that they'll be the first to really adopt blockchain because the governments are unstable. The financial institutions are unstable. They need this more than we do here in the United States. And of course, I know we have viewers from all over the world. When I say we, these are 3 American universities. So of course I'm speaking towards, the ideology of this is America in this instance, but the rest of the world is obviously not America. There's plenty of great countries. There's plenty of countries that need a lot of help, but I really do believe that third world countries show so much use case for what cryptocurrency and decentralization really can bring to destabilized areas, right? It's just my opinion, of course, but I think most of us were going to agree, but anyways, all right, moving on, going back to Duke. Joey, I think, you have a really cool lead in with this because of some of the members of in the ex-president. I'll kind of actually just like leave this to you, but tell me about some work opportunities. Like, what are you guys seeing at the university level? You know, are people coming to you? What are some opportunities that you're seeing opening doors and whatnot? Go ahead.
Totally. I think the demand for blockchain developers is really high. Our founding student, so not Cam, but our founding student, Melissa, she's working at Coinbase. And our most previous president before me, Drew, he's working at Consensus. And now we had a recruitment event from State Street today. They're working on Hyperledger with IBM. And we have Coinbase coming in again next Wednesday. Wow. So, I mean, there's a ton of opportunities, and we're really trying to place people at both the really well-known companies and also some newer ones. I know a lot of companies like Dharma are recruiting and other smaller ones that we want to get people everywhere.
No, that's really awesome, and good on you guys. I'm proud to hear that. And you know, by the way, if Brian Armstrong or anybody else from Coinbase or anything in that area, feel free to let them know. I'm happy to interview them. By the way, so
of course,
so,
yeah.
You know, let them know. Just said Joe said what's up. All right, how about you, Rob? You guys seen any opportunities as far as work goes, or any career oriented folks coming in trying to talk to you guys?
Yeah, definitely. And MouseBelt has been a great help with that as well. But we've actually gotten the opportunity to attend a few other conferences around the country, a couple in South Florida, and then also in Washington, D.C. and New York. And those are just such great networking opportunities to talk to, you know, like-minded academics, just see what's going around in the space, and then ultimately bring it back home to campus. So, you know, those jobs ultimately trickle down into the club. And I know that's one of the things our members enjoy the most is being able to attend these conferences away from campus.
Absolutely, man. Glad to hear. All right, Rubo, how about you, man?
Yeah. One of our co-founders, actually, Cameron, he landed a blockchain consulting job right after he graduated. So a little bit of a success story there. Also, thank you, MouseBelt. Thanks to MouseBelt, we got one of our guys, Max Colbert, his blockchain project funded. He's working with MouseBelt right now. Also, me, myself, I'm working, our team is working on a couple blockchain startup projects. So, you know, the opportunities are just, you know, falling on us. So
sure, man. No, it's really encouraging to hear that you're seeing and being part of and having these opportunities to put yourselves in positions to not just be successful as a club, but, you know, to take this knowledge, to take this excitement and take this momentum and take it outside of the university and put it into a career-oriented way. And you're really paving the path for anybody behind you, right? So these juniors, seniors in high school, even the freshmen that are now in college, they're looking up to you guys. And I'm sure you guys know this. I'm not trying to pep talk you or motivate you. It's just who I am. I just get excited, you know. But just remember, everybody's watching, including me. And with that being said, hopefully there are some other college students or other, you know, schools watching right now, and we'll kind of go down the line. And Rubo, we'll start with you again, or here on this side. What would you tell anybody looking to start a club? Because I know you told me, you know, you looked around. You are the founder, right? You and Cam, right? It's what you told me. You guys didn't have a blockchain club at UC Santa Barbara, so you literally said, "F it, I'm starting this, whatever, you know, and I'm going to do this." I mean, give some advice to somebody watching who maybe wants to start a club.
I can tell you how I started it. Basically, we have this Facebook page, Free for Sale UCSB, that all the students are members of. I just posted on there, "Hey guys, let's start a club." And overnight, like 200 likes, 200 comments, opened the Facebook page. They joined it. So definitely, if you're looking to start a club, there's definitely a significant group of people, maybe 50, maybe 100, maybe 200, that are interested in it and are hungry for that. So just go for it, make this public as possible. And
yeah.
Take off from there.
Good advice. How about you, Rob? What would you say to a college student or maybe even a high school student? I mean, who knows, right? Maybe there's a high school club that wants to get started on blockchain. What would you tell these people?
Yeah, definitely. So I would say, first of all, reach out to your surrounding clubs that you know are in existence. You know, some of the tips that I feel like I could give to someone would have been extremely valuable when we were first starting out. So I'd love to reach down and help, you know, bring up the next guy. That would be amazing. Other than that, there's so many of these groups, like, you know, just like yours, Joe, Telegram groups, Facebook groups, Discord groups, Slack channels, just so many different ways that you can be bringing yourself into the information that you don't want to wait. You want to be proactive when you're finding all of this out. Make yourself as knowledgeable as possible, like we were talking about at the beginning of this video, and then ultimately deploy that knowledge and teach others. People will want to learn, and the interest is out there, especially, it might not be right now during this sideways bear market, but, once that hype starts picking back up, your club, if you choose to start one, would gain a lot more traction.
Absolutely. All right, Joey, your turn.
Totally. I want to echo. Yeah. I want to echo what Rubo and Rob said. Please feel free to reach out to me. I'm not the founder of the Duke Blockchain Lab, but I could certainly help. I would love to talk to you about your idea. Go after it. It's a great space, and there's definitely going to be interest. So you should totally do it. And also try and reach out to MouseBelt. Try and join MouseBelt University. I'm sure they're looking for more universities to be a part of that. And that's a really great network. We're all in it, and we would love to get you on that as well.
Well, that actually leads me to my second to last question, because I have two open-ended, broad questions here. Number one, look, my relationship with MouseBelt is this. I have a damn good friend. His name is Patrick. Patrick, who's gone live with me on CCT before. They're really doing great things for crypto. They're not just doing things to make money. They're not just doing things because they want the prestige. They want to fix the bad parts of crypto, and because of that, I'm always going to support them. And if I can help them in any way, especially when I know if you're a student and you want to get involved in crypto one way or the next, whether it's a blockchain club or you just need somebody to talk to, I'll be the first one to raise my hand. Call me. My name is Joe Blackburn. I love crypto. I love blockchain, right? And Patrick knows that about me very much so. I know Ashley's watching, and I saw she posted earlier. Call Ashley. Actually, she might be mad at me for that. So don't call Ashley. Message her on Facebook. Maybe she'll say hello. But regardless, you call me. And I know that you three guys will echo that. But what has MouseBelt done for you? How has MouseBelt influenced? Rob, let's start with you since you're probably the most relevant at the moment.
Yeah, so MouseBelt has actually helped us out with the conference that we're having tomorrow. So, their sponsorship and actually their direction has helped us, orchestrate the things that we're putting on tomorrow. And we're hoping that they can help, even more in the next one. We also are looking at some of their open source development tools and all of their technical help going forward in the semester to help build those projects that we were talking about.
No, that's awesome. All right, Rubo, how about you, man?
Yeah, definitely. So we're a new student organization. We're looking for partners, some mentors, sponsors, and they actually reached out to us. They found us, and they helped us gain more legitimacy by, for example, funding one of our members, Max, as I said. They're funding the student organization itself, so we're able to implement our events and projects. And they also connected me with Joey, Rob, and a lot of other great people from other student organizations, where we exchange ideas, chat, learn from each other, and it's all great. Yeah, and this too. Sure. Thanks to them.
Absolutely. Hey, Rubo, what about me, man? They connected you with me too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This too.
Hey, I know. I heard what you're saying. I was just trying to fluff my own pillow. Go ahead, Joey.
Yeah, a lot of the same stuff. They funded our event tonight. That was a really big turnout with State Street, and they've connected us with everyone in the group. A lot of great opportunities. We've had calls with Ashley and Patrick, and they've given us advice on how to market for the club and giving us tips. And it's been really awesome. They're actually, some of my friends are pitching to them for a startup competition, and they're in the final round. So hopefully they get funding and continue on with MouseBelt. So yeah, we're actively trying to keep that relationship growing.
Hey, though, that's really awesome, and it just goes to show, I love to see how MouseBelt has really not just affected but inspired the three of you. Again, as I told y'all, actually, hey, CCT, I gave them a little pep talk before, right? What the three of you guys, forget about CCT, it's just us. What'd you think about my pep talk before we got started? You like it?
It's a great pep talk.
Yeah, man. Rob, you didn't say nothing.
I said it's not bad. I got the job done.
Hey, there you go. All right, let's finish it up with this, okay? what? Okay, so this goes to all three of you. We're going to go in order. We'll start Joey, since you finished last. We'll start with you and go back in order. Joey, Rob, and then Rubo. What's wrong with blockchain? All right, in less than a paragraph. Go.
I think the user experience is terrible. Like, if anyone wants to go buy Bitcoin or Ether or anything else, they have to go on an exchange and do all this crap. It needs to change. We need it to be as easy as like going to the ATM, or maybe even easier than that. You know, we're in a digital era, and I think that using crypto and blockchain in general to have really seamless user experiences, that's what needs to happen.
Sure. Hey, here's my rebuttal though. Compared to how long it took for people to have ATMs and other things, how quickly has crypto moved?
Oh yeah, I mean, we're in the digital age, so everything is faster than it was before, but it's still never fast enough, right?
Always. Good answer. Good response. All right, Rob, what about you? What's wrong with crypto? What's wrong with blockchain?
Yes, so
and I want to hear the same thing as Joey. You better be original. Or I'm Xing you.
He is right though. That's definitely something on scaling, solutions are going to help. But what I was going to say, I think a lot of scams just left people with a lot of bad taste in their mouth. BitConnect is just the top one that comes to mind. So like just things like that, if say I was an investor that had invested in such a scam like that, I'm never touching another digital asset again, just because it left such a bad taste in my mouth. So I think correcting people's mistakes is going to be a big aspect that will help that. And then ultimately showing the future of blockchain and how it has potential beyond just pyramid schemes and Ponzi scams.
Sure. Here's my rebuttal. How many scams have not been involved in crypto?
Plenty more.
Right.
Absolutely.
Keep going.
Oh, the dollar's the biggest scam going on right now. You don't have to tell me. So we're on the same page.
Hey, you're talking to my people now. I like it. All right. Well said. All right, Rubo, what's up with you, man? Remember, twice now. I'm going to come back with something. Go ahead.
Yeah, definitely. So I think the lack of real life applications and lack of adoption of cryptocurrencies, I won't be able to go to the coffee shop next door and buy coffee using Bitcoin. It's not there yet. And because it's not there yet, people who are more risk averse, like talents who are now more risk averse, are not going to get into the field. Once it's established, more credibility, things will be great.
Sure. Here's my rebuttal now. Would you go to Starbucks and use actual physical gold to buy coffee?
Sure. But
you would.
No, great point. Maybe.
Okay, go ahead.
So let's say the Lightning Network is supposed to do that, right? Like not actually become the
sure, yeah.
network, or whether it's Ethereum or some other cryptocurrency, I don't know. But I won't be able to go to a coffee shop and buy coffee using some sort of cryptocurrency.
I agree.
Will be, yeah.
I won't give you too hard of a time, but I do believe that Bitcoin isn't currency; it's digital gold, and I don't really want it to be faster. Fuck Lightning Network, excuse my language. But anyways, all right, doesn't matter to me. In other words, this is what I got to say. Great job, gentlemen. I think you represented blockchain, crypto, college campuses everywhere, and especially your own university. So well done. I'm going to let you guys have final word. We'll start. Rubo, you finished last, so you get to start first this time. Final word. Go ahead, man. What you got?
All right. Thanks a lot, Joe, for giving us this opportunity. Thanks to MouseBelt. Hey, Joey, Rob, great job, guys. Great talk. Thanks for everyone tuning in. Again, if you guys need, if you're looking to start your own student organization, reach out to me. I'm sure any of us. And if you just want to learn more about us, about what we're doing, contact us. And yeah, definitely. Looking forward to participating in the community.
Absolutely. And on that note, real quick, Rubo, anybody in California, if you're in a school that doesn't have blockchain club, it's your obligation at this point to start it. Reach out to Rubo. I'm sure he'd be happy to help you, but also, you can hit me up too. But California belongs to Rubo at this point. You own California, Rubo. I told everybody, so it's yours.
Great.
Rob.
The Golden State.
That's right. Rob.
The Bitcoin.
Go ahead, Chomp.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, show me your tank top. Show me your tank top so everybody knows what's up.
You already know.
That's what's up. Okay. All right. Go ahead, man.
So definitely just, reach out to us. We want to talk to people. We want you to get involved, and we want to be involved with you. flblockchain.org, gatorblockchain@gmail.com. Reach out. Other than that, just looking forward to, everything that blockchain and Bitcoin has in store and this upcoming moon.
There you go. I like it. All right. And by the way, I'll say this again, but hey, look, Rubo, Rob, Joey, after this gets done, make sure you go to the comments, respond back to anybody who actually commented like directly towards you, or at least towards the video. Make sure you say something to everybody, spend 30 minutes after this to do it, but also if you do that, as long as you're responding back to people, I'll delete your comments otherwise, and maybe even ban you from CC if you don't, but then you can post like your links to your groups or whatever else you want somebody to follow. All right. So I guess we hit everybody, didn't we? Is there anybody we're missing? Oh, Joey, Duke University. Go ahead, Joey. Sign us off, man.
Absolutely. It's been a real pleasure to be on here, Joe. Thank you so much for having us. And Rubo, Rob, I love this conversation, and I know we have plenty of other ones on the side. And hit me up and keep getting involved in the space. Super exciting. And thanks to MouseBelt as well for getting us all together. It's been real pleasure.
Hey, Joe, I want to brag on you for a second because I got a chance to talk to you for a few minutes after our little practice yesterday. But hey, if you're looking for someone to write your white paper, guess what? Joey's been practicing writing white papers. Hey, give him a hard time.
Yeah.
Give him a job to do it. Make sure he does it. Tell him that it sucks. Tell him to do it over again. Pay him $5. He'll do it. He's a college student. Get it for free. Shoot. All right. I'm just
$5 whole dollars. Wow. I'm doing this one for $2.
That's right. That's right. Good call. All right, gentlemen. Look, don't forget, hey, to the three of you guys, don't close out your browser yet because we'll be on as soon as we finish. But hey, Crypto Coin Trader, it's a pleasure for me to have people on like this. I hope you got some insight, and I really do hope you appreciate the experiences and the opportunities that these people are bringing to the college students. Adam is a friend. Communicate with these people. Give them some advice. They may not want to hear it, but give it to them anyway. Say, Joe told me to give you some advice. I'm going to give it to you. They will listen. All right. So anyways, hey, God bless everybody. Cannot wait till we go live again. And if you're not in Vegas right now, I'm jealous of everybody who's in Vegas, but if you're not in Vegas, you're wrong. Just like me, I'm wrong. So until next time, everybody.
Me too.
Crypto Coin Trader. Hey, cheers, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.